Hello, I'm Cris, also known as Ekstrand6581. Well, this is not the typical video you would see me out in the woods, nature. But I just made a little discovery here. As you know, I'm a huge preserver and I like to find and look at things, dig out data that hasn't been found before, explored before, and that's exactly what happened today. Look here. Can you see that? Yeah, this is no fake. This is for real. I just found a floppy. Yeah, the biker just came by. That was kind of funny, interesting. It's an high density floppy. I assume it's PC data. Looks pretty. Yeah, okay actually. It says spel, winter. Spel means game in English or in Swedish. This is kind of, wow, it's kind of cool actually. And I swear, this is not me faking anything. Don't they all say that when they find odd stuff in the woods like this? I didn't fake it. And it's like saying I faked it. But yeah, why would I? Why would I? I mean, come on, I've been preserving over 5,000 Commodore 64 tapes, about the same amount of floppies, if not more. And I found floppies in barns. I got this sent to me from all kind of different locations, painters, artworks, paint shops, whatever, libraries, old teenagers' rooms. Yeah, so I think that I'm kind of passed by that I want to fake something. How did I discover this in the first place, so to say? Well, of course I put back some of the leaves, but I was just trying to sit down here and having a nice little fiesta, enjoying the nice sun here. Yeah, it's a little bit windy, but we have to take that into the whole story as well. So yeah, I found something. It looked like a little piece of this protecting shield thing of a thing-ling-a-ding, wingy-hingy-hinga, yeah. And I found it was now, it just flashed out, so to say. It peeked out from the leaves because it's quite windy, like I said. So I was like, oh, what is this? I need to document it. So I kind of, just like you saw me doing, unleafed my saying, this floppy. So I'm gonna take this one home and we are together going to explore what's on this floppy. Even though we have some evidence that it's some kind of game, winter, still, just a random thing. Alright, so I'm back in the preservation deck. It's dark and yeah, very sketchy here. I have prepared the command prompt, the disk image, from which drive it's using the A and read and write out the test. And this is also the floppy that we found in the woods. I made some more in. Yeah, I looked up the disk a little bit. Did not read. I haven't read it yet because I still go with the thing. You have one reading only, then then you can destroy the disk, so to say. I also write protected it, as you can see. Two eyes staring at you. We're not gonna call it test. We are going to call it SPVJ dot image, I guess. So we start to read. Again, I'm horribly sorry for this sketchy view, but I really couldn't. Yeah, I really couldn't bother to do it in another way. I have so many things on the desk here. That's the thing. I have 3 computers on the desk, so I am very cramped or whatever you might call it. anyhow, it's kind of fun, you know. It's so fun. The whole scenario is so funny. Anyhow, we're reading and we're getting a complete reading, I hope. Oh, image successfully created. I like. And we are going to exit. Yeah, so now we have dumped the floppy drive. Yeah, we dumped the floppy drive on the floor. No, but we have kind of made an image of the floppy disk, I mean. So if we're scrolling down here a little bit, we can see that these are kind of the files that are on the drive. The icon, the driver, sampler, music driver, this probably some kind of other binary stuff. I suppose that's a huge file where some sub-packed files are stored in. We can also see here that we got some Arcus, another Gera. So Gera, I suppose Gunvor, that's a Swedish name, and Arcus, I suppose this is Marcus, and Gerhald or something like that. I don't really know, I'm just speculating, but we will find proof and evidence. Anyhow, like I said, I think that's this VG Def Winter Games definition, I guess. So, yeah, and here we also have the Sebbe, that's a typical Swedish name, you know, that boy with a hat on his head that was always playing the games, you know. Like I said, Marcus RP5, yep, totally, I was right. See, you can't fool me, and this sim is something else, I don't know. But we're gonna go forward. Oh, X-tree, isn't that like some kind of command that you use to extract or build trees with? Interesting. That could be a clue for if we want to extract something. Oh, PC internal, speaker, Tandy DAC, AdLib sound card, sound blaster card, and the Roland MT32. Good, and the Thunderbird. Nice. So that's for the selection of where do you want the sound to come at or get out. And Simon, probably just something. And the PIF file, that is that indicates where everything. When you're running it on the Windows or something like that, you get a file like that. Oh, let's see now. We can fast. Ooh, what was that? Yep, here we go. We got some more files. Bull, font, okay, file. I'm not really sure what that is. Mask, probably. Could be anything, but still. We're gonna scroll forward. This I don't know what it is. It looks like packet drivers actually. And this totally is packet files. Yep, rail, absolutely. Header, sprite 1. Yep, here we go. Sprite 7. I mean, RAB, I don't know what that could be, but it doesn't really matter. But still, we can see that it contains compressed files, that is what you did. And you can see here we have a disk. All right, yeah, absolutely. I know where we are going by this. So that binary, the bin file, so to say, is a packed file that contains other files that it kind of, it's left from the build when they were building the games. From when they compiled, I should say, replay. Yep, here we go. Training summary, save events, load load replays. Aha, so you can load replays. Nice. That's good to know. And we can go on. Here is typical graphics format, probably some kind of, I don't know, it's not GIF, because GIF would have looked different. It's probably PCX or something. And here we have more evidence graphics data. And yes, I know. How could you assume that? Well, I have done this so many
times. Okay, here we go. So I know how different file formats looks. You don't forget things you have been staring your blind at almost. Okay, select the graphics mode you wish to play in. If your PC is not very fast. Oh, reducing the level of details. Oh, and a method. Okay, all right. Okay, so the original install was at the no, it's an example. Whoops. And here we have packed data. I recognize this file format actually. Yeah, but I can't really put my finger on what it was. But absolutely, here is where here's the header for, maybe not that, but here's, no, that's here. Here's where the header starts for, and this data. It's a packed file construct data. And here's graphics again. And I just know this because I can read it. I can't read the pictures, but I can read how the structure. So this is probably PCX or some other old school formats. We could extract this actually and rip it, so to say, but that's for another video. It's just fun to see. Here we go. We got some edge, EGG, and Even environment, I guess. SLN, that is slalom, I guess. And here we have more. No, this is sound data. Yeah, typical MIDI. Again. Jeez, I know that stuff so well, but it's okay. And here we have, while mankind has used skis for several thousand years, the more, okay, Austria, okay, we're getting ourselves a history lesson here. The giant slalom combines elements of two types of skiing, the downhill and the slalom. I was never good at either of those sports. Why do you think I sit in a wheelchair? I don't, but still, I could. All right, let's move on. It's kind of the same stuff going on here. I mean, we could go on forever looking. And here again, we have some file structure. We can recognize this, that we have seen it before. And here is absolutely files, pointers. Up here we go, the fall, okay. Nice. Bob Soaks, okay, this is winter piff, winter icon, driver music, open backdrop, epi, okay, EGS, the sound effects, okay. See, the song is written in Muse, MUS format, okay. Yeah, probably that's kind of like, you know, yeah, you know. Let's go forward here a little bit. Yeah, this is also packed data. Probably some code. Okay, here we have something else. Winter. Okay. SPSN. Okay. Microsoft. Okay. 286. Interesting. And this is empty. So what did we learn about this? Well, learn. We didn't learn too much, but we saw some files, and this is interesting files if you want to extract it. But now the question is, does the game work or not? Let's find that out. So I just typed winter. Oh, Accolade presents one of my favorites. Oh, wow. The game's winter challenge. All right. 1991, and oh wow. Train tournament setup. Yep, here we can set up, like I said. This is looking kind of familiar, I would say. Details high. Yep. Music none. Now we don't want a hard drive installation. Okay, that sounds good. train. Ah, yeah, absolutely. Here you can train different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Train. The giant, remember? That was just what we read about. Let's go. So you need to press forward. Wow, it kind of looks nice. It looks nice, even though I'm not good at this at all, I can tell you. But for oh shoot, but for its time, it looks kind of nice. So I would say tournament. Error in tournament files. Yeah, I can totally understand that it's error because those files are. Excuse me. Those files are probably referring to something else. But we can just resume this that it was cool to find a winter game in the springtime hidden in the forest under some leaves, and it was recoverable. That is kind of like that is kind of something that makes me wonder, wow, why, how could it end up there? I mean, it's so cool. And how long has it been staying there? I doubt it's been staying there too long. And why was it put there? That's a good reason. And also, I mean, the golden rule is, now I'm doing this kind of live, and I shouldn't have done this. I should have checked up what's on the floppy drive before I started to record, because sometimes when you're finding random stuff and you plug it in, you can find anything. And trust me, I have done that in the past. So I took a little, whoopie-doopie to see what we could find, because I was pretty excited about that. And I found other things, USB sticks, CD-ROMs, all kind of different media stuff, phones, yep, broken iPads that I've recovered some kind of cool stuff from. And so yeah, it's cool. I like this kind of adventures, and I hope you find this interesting. That you found it interesting, and thumbs up helps the algorithm and helps me, and smash that like button, destroy it, and subscribe and leave comments if you want to see more like this. Perhaps not so sketchy handshaking moments with the camera, but like I said, quick and dirty. That's how we roll sometimes. So I hope you learned something. Goodbye for now.